Oh, I can only handle so much of that stuff. Yikes. Yeah, I'm trying to get that music thing going. Man, probably gonna get striked for that uncopyrighted music. I don't know what's going on with all that stuff. I think they're really buckling down on stuff out there. Um, but I gotta figure out the intros a little bit better here. The some kind of music. Um, all sorts of adjustments that I've been making. Um, and I will be curious to see if they worked. So, um, I have a couple other solutions if they don't, but we'll see if they do. So we're having freezing issues, and as it turns out, I believe on the forums they're all saying that they're having this problem too. So it's yeah, not an isolated event, but got a couple of workarounds, and we'll see if we can get a show out there and gotta find some laughs. Been really you know, deep into to Kurt, you know, and uh, you know, just like any new drops out there, I like to give them some time to breathe. But Kurt just keeps, you know, knocking them out of the park here. Now, um, I didn't, uh, I didn't catch, but maybe just maybe a minute, 2 minutes of it, and I thought, well, this would be nice to kind of explore together. Again, we're not intending to watch it in its entirety. We're just going to uh, see what you know, see what he has for us. Uh, so again, we encourage people to go and see it at its source, and um, and support uh, those people. So uh, here we have another Jamie Kennedy. Okay, now I think this is going to be uh, really good, or maybe because this was something that I was trying to get into yesterday. I think that's yeah, because this is sounding familiar. Okay, so I must have been trying to get into this yesterday, and my computer was freezing. So here we are again with perhaps a few fixes. We'll see, but I still got my Safari. So I'm very fringe when it comes to these operating systems because no one uh, does it like this. Uh, and I'm sure there's plenty good reason for it, but you ain't getting none of this smooth zoom with none of that chrome. So we're just gonna enjoy it while we can, because I'm afraid I'm gonna have to eventually switch over to Chrome. They all got it, so they know something, and like all of these other people, they know something I don't, and I just must know everything. Um, no, I need to not know so much. Not that I know much at all, but I need just learning all this. I need to. Uh, I've filled the tank too much. I need to. Uh, uh, I need to pour some of this out because I can't. Um, I can't read or watch anymore how-tos on OBS. So here we are, and I don't want to talk tech all night, but we got some Kyle Dunnigan. Okay, now I'm going to still figure out a way how I can integrate my chat right now. I have it on a separate screen, so there was a little bit of an issue when it comes to multicasting. I don't know why I'm doing that. There's absolutely no reason for me to be broadcasting this out to Kick and Twitch. Why the hell am I doing that? But it just seemed like, if not one, why not all of them? And I need a few more Rumble follows, and then I'll be able to go live on Rumble. Yeah. It seems that every time I multi-stream, I end up having a few technical issues with the chat and communication. So, but that's just because I'm new at this. They all got to figure it out, and so we're just gonna power through it. And again, I appreciate if you could let me know if the screen's frozen. I do have a bit of a display, but it's just right in the corner, and sometimes I can barely see it. So I'm just kind of just double check occasionally and make sure that it's still moving. So I think with this Jeff Dye and Jamie, I think there could be some pretty cool stuff in there. There was quite a bit with him and Paulie just in the first few minutes. I mean, there's basically an essay. Paulie Shore yanking at his crotch, trying to be playful. He's a shock jock. And now now Jimmy Kennedy's looking for some muscle, because he's not into that kind of stuff. So, get my old camera on. Sorry about that, folks. Let me give you something to make fun of. Here we are, broadcasting Twitch and Kick. Probably be my last time, guys. Sorry, but it just seems to go so much smoother with make sure all Gino Bambino bandana here is straight. Sometimes it'll go a little bit sideways, but forgot where I was. But Jimmy Kennedy's got to hire some muscle now, because old Pauly Shore exposing himself. Okay, in the last episode, he's got a schedule, so the self-help time has kind of waned. But as you can see, Jeff Dye has all the time in the world to make sure that he is fit and healthy. Okay, so when you see someone who is fit and healthy all the time, that means they have too much time. Okay, so get a little bit busy, be a little bit more productive, and have a little less time on yourself. Okay, it's a bit too much. So, but Jamie Kennedy allows for the balance. He allows for anyone to just be whoever they are. And he's just making sure there's a couple things. He wants to know about the vaccinations. He wants to know about, a little bit of a political side. But he he's somewhat centrist, but we're not going to get into politics. I would like to keep it like this, but it's everywhere. So I mean, there's no not doing it. So I mean, comedians and conspiracy theories are perfectly intertwined. Do we need? Yeah, you do need politics in that, because you have to have something to push against, and so you have to have it all. And they're the social commentators, the 250 amazing people, but I do think Kurt Metzger is one of them. So thank you very much, Kurt Metzger, for all your work. And look at this. Okay, sorry, Jamie Kennedy, maybe I need to do a refresh, but oh God, okay, like, oh my God. So do you see what, like, that's just streamed. Okay, that's not then what is it after it's streamed. That was just just 4 hours after the stream. And Jamie Kennedy got 4K in one day. Now, could it be about Jeff Dye? Okay, could be. I think everyone's kind of getting tired of the Dye. But he seems fairly harmless. It's just this, is he? I don't know too much about him. So just moved to Austin because he had his old big shot on Joe Rogan. So you got to announce that you're moving to Austin. You don't even have to ask. People aren't even waiting for Joe Rogan to say, hey, you should move out here. They're just, moving on out. So, sorry about that. Never drink water right before you broadcast. Wow. I'll never drink water again. No water shall touch these lips if I'm about to put a microphone to them. Wow. Sorry, guys. Can Jeff Dye put in the numbers? He's... Yeah. Oh, look at Kyle Dunnigan has got that in 2 hours after the stream. Jamie, what are you doing? What's happening, Jamie? Okay, he's announcing that he's going to put his solos back behind a paywall, with him just doing a monologue, sitting like me. But instead, he's smashing his face with his fingers all throughout his one-shot web camera, full screen, face smash fest. It's not even a conversation. He's just... Oh, they included a video that is then right here, like, so it's just like right, and it's like a TikTok, old TikTok. You're a TikTok reaction guy. Okay, why? No, seriously, why? Is it really the only thing that we can react to without getting copyright? Because, good God, ooh, I'm just gonna have to put up a newspaper or something. But Jamie Kennedy, he's not pulling in the numbers. So, but I did want to share too, what's happening with this color? Because didn't Mersh come up with this? And now everyone has this color. I mean, we talked before about this backdrop on Mercer's backdrop. You know, like, see, look at right here. Okay, and that's a new one, but his previous one was pretty much the same thing, and his homepage is badass. It's Nightwave. It's got this really cool, you know, a video game kind of feel, retro kind of. What was that old red racing game? It was a red car that you just raced through California. It was an arcade game and a Nintendo game. Here, let me see if I can pull up the chat here. Hello, chat. So yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and Jamie, and that's it. Yeah, so Jamie has those, the deep, purple, blue kind of curtains. So, something's happening. You gotta. I bet if I refresh it, maybe it'll get up to maybe 10. I mean, or 6. All right, let's check. But we got, so again, this was just a few hours ago. Now, it's 20K. So we can start with this, but I think it's I kind of want to start with this to then kind of get warmed up to Kurt, if you don't mind. So, because I don't plan on making fun of Kurt. I just there's just so much here that I just want to not make fun of, but
bro,
observe.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you.
Big fan, love you, buddy.
Dude, back at you, dude. I love
you. Okay, so right out of the gate, he is manipulating Jamie Kennedy. Right out of the gate. Now, Jamie Kennedy can't have, you can't say anything then about Jeff Dye. Now you're locked in, and now you got to say all nice things to old Jeff Dye now. You're on his side. Okay, because did you just say you loved him too? Did you just say that you loved him? I mean, what? And Jeff, why are you taking my thumbnail position? Okay? My AI rendered that to be that position. Quit taking my thumbnail position. Okay? Now, granted, I never put my hands together like that. Okay? The AI did that and it made that image, and I just used that as my thumbnail. So, but you can't start doing it, Jeff, okay? Stop watching my stream. No, please. He's a 6'5" man. He's 6'5", okay? My dream is to be 4'5". Okay, I'm only 4'3". So, he's just kind of setting it up so that you have to say all nice things. Now, here we are, just like the women with the big old purses covering their fanny. you're using the microphone to block your face. Okay, it's like the thing to hide behind. Okay, I ain't hiding behind anything. Okay, I wish I had a big old microphone. Okay, so just like Howard Stern, he's got to just hide behind the mic. Are you becoming the mic, James? He is American first, okay? Or America first. Uh, but that's just a bit much. Okay, so, however, I will say, okay, even though maybe just slightly tight, but I can understand that. If you're going to go denim, that's probably the right way to do it. And he probably is the better dressed comedian out there. Just about everyone else dresses like a slob. And it's disgusting. Okay? Very, very gross. Especially if you're on stage. Okay? And don't dress like Enter Schultz, okay? You ain't in Miami anymore, Schultz. But congratulations on the child. A new baby. Looked like a baby boy. But who knows? They all look the same. But Jamie Kennedy not getting the numbers with Jeff Dye. Let's see where we're at now. I'll give it a little like. Okay. So again, here's the, this is the YouTube responsive color. If you have this color in your thumbnail or your backdrop, I'm very much drawn to it. When it's up against black like this. So I like it in my viewer as well. So what I don't like at all is anything that Whitney Cummings does in her podcast. Okay? That thing is she Okay. Learn the art of shadow, please. Okay. You're literally in TV production, and somehow her set looks like a doctor's office. It's so washed out. Oh man. And very bright in there. The light is just shining right up at the guest's face. She doesn't want to see any shadow from she doesn't want to see any kind of, depth or anything like that. Any sign of, masculinity. She wants everyone just washed out like a whole robot. Okay, she's got one. Whitney Cummings has got a robot. But old Jamie. All right. Now, first time seeing it. We'll see how this plays. I mean, they're already telling each other they love each other. I mean, that's your sunglasses about to fall, brother. Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why are you? Oh my God. Here we are.
Have me.
Appreciate
Big
you.
fan. Love you, buddy.
Dude, back at you,
Yeah.
dude. I love you, man.
Oh,
I feel like we've bonded more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I used to just be a fan, and then now I get to see you more often since like COVID and like actually at clubs and mics and stuff. I didn't ever saw you before that.
Well, thank you. I'm loving you, bro.
Thanks, bud.
So, I don't know. I want to ask you a question because you kind of had a conversation when you came in here.
Yeah.
So you,
oh man. Okay.
I used to just be a fan, and then now I get to see you more often since.
What
like,
was that?
COVID
Yeah.
and, like actually at clubs and mics and stuff. I didn't ever saw you before that.
well, thank you. I'm loving you, bro.
Thanks, bud.
So, I don't know. I want to ask you a question because you kind of had a conversation when you came in here.
Yeah.
So you really do have a Cybertruck.
I got a Cybertruck.
and
yeah.
it's fucking pimp.
You know what I'm saying? We've got to do something about this oil and gasoline crisis, and so I went electric, baby. You know, I'm a good liberal boy.
Here's the thing. So the first time I ever saw you, it was in kind of the comedy. No, it was in front of the Improv, and it was 2017. And you just did a set,
Oh, nice.
and I was going in, and you came out and you had a baseball jersey on,
Yeah.
and you were like super, like just friendly and happy, and you know. And then I did your pod called Jeff's Friendship Pod.
Yes, sir.
And now I feel like you've gotten a nice edge to you.
Yeah.
So where was the change at?
Well, I'm still very nice. That's
100%.
That's one thing that's kind of
And
been,
respectful as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I love everybody. Like I'm even these fuckers.
So, where is the hate coming from? Is there hate? Yeah, a little bit online trolling. I mean, he's I guess he would be. I mean, is he considered edgy? He says the kind of you know, like I guess right wing topics kind of stuff, and it's I don't know. Again, everything's all political. Let me play this for a second, and then let's see if I can integrate my chat again here. See if it'll work again. Okay. So here's old Jeff Dye excited that he bought a vehicle. So he moved to Austin. He bought a electric truck. He's in love with Jamie. You're terrified. Die. Okay. You just bought a truck? You just moved? You okay? You got someone they can talk to and make sure you're, not spending too much. You gotta think for the future, right? Because you're one of the smart ones. But you seem like you're in a day. You're like in a spending frenzy. Got the old Rogan bomber, part of the Segura and Rogan Bomber Club. Did you just get that too? Bro, you gotta ease up on the spending. Okay? He's searching for that buzz. Okay? But here he is. Oh.
Hate me like in our industry, like if they would just come up and say what's up, like I'd be like, all right, like I'm very approachable, like I'm like, my irritability on stage was because I kind of had this like epiphany of like nobody really shares material about cats.
Yeah,
Nobody,
Die
like if you write the funniest
has
joke
a
in the
bit of
world about
fakeness to
balloons,
him.
no one's
Yeah.
sharing it.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yes.
And so I was a clean comic for a long time, and I was fine. If you saw my act, everyone would leave and go, that guy was funny. But nobody would go, remember last night when he said that thing about whatever? So I realized, like, what does the audience like? And I think the audience likes it when you dissect something or shit on something or complain, as long as it's funny enough. That's what they share. You know, like naughty stuff, edgy things.
What do you know about edgy things? You. Why does everyone look like a squirrel? You shouldn't be that tall. How is it that you're 6'5"? Your face registers 5'10", maybe. 6'5"? What are you doing moving to Austin? Buying a Cybertruck? At least Schultz is popping out kids. What are you doing with your life? You're a consumer. You're just a consumer, Die. And that's your whole act. It's like walking through Walmart. There's nothing edgy about it. He's a hustle man. Some people don't like the hustle man. I'm okay with the hustle man. I don't like the the shicer kind of, like if you're gonna carve your way, then by all means, okay? But don't tell me you know anything about edgy. You're middle of the road. You've said left wing and right wing stuff.
And some of my favorite comics, like Jerry Seinfeld, even though he's clean, he's edgy. Jerry's very irritable. You won't hear him say fuck, but he's pissed off. You
Yeah.
can tell he's got like an edge to him.
Yeah,
1000%.
yeah, and you don't die, okay? You don't. You I don't even know what it's called, okay? Because I mean, I do know what it's called, but I forgot the term because I'm so far removed from this. But you don't show your edge, okay? You don't. You just you're passive aggressive with your edge, okay? You're just passive aggressive, and no one likes it. Okay, at least Mark Maron's got some cojones. If he's going to say something, he's going to say something. But your whole thing is you being a victim of everybody talking shit about you. Okay, that's not an act. That's, I would hope, shouldn't be a character trait. So, who are you? Why do your hands look so huge? That is insane. Your whole body looks so in you. It looks like you have the smallest little munchkin head. What's happening? You must be on the old Rogan protein diet. Man. All right.
That's what they share. You know, like naughty stuff, edgy things. And some of my favorite comics, like Jerry Seinfeld, even though he's clean, he's edgy. Jerry's very irritable. You won't hear him say fuck, but he's pissed off. You
Yeah.
can tell he's got like an edge to him.
1000%.
Yeah. And so I had a mental breakdown during COVID, like in the beginning, like a legit.
No, you didn't. Okay? It's just that easy. You did not. Okay? You wouldn't look like this. You wouldn't be going out to every single building you can to say things on stage. You have no idea what the mind even is. So, you were faced with reality for the first time, is what it was. You had to take a good old look at yourself. Be like, why is it I'm doing this? When they say all the stuff that they do about me?
Breakup. I lost my dog. We didn't have a job because of COVID. Like, they weren't letting us go do our job. And so then then everyone decided they hated white people during BLM, and I'm a white guy. So this was kind of all happening at once.
You are?
Yeah, it's very famously a white guy. And so, like, there's just it was too many things
Oh,
at once,
Jeff.
and I lost my mind. And I was like, that's it. I'm never going back.
See, he's not used to being on the side of, well, yeah. I don't know. I told Jeff here, um, never not being liked is what he's trying to say. For the first time, people were just not liking him. So, now, was there a bit of, yeah, I mean, yes, there was. So, again, we're not getting into politics here, but you can't say you had a mental breakdown just because there was a movement again. Well, anyways. Oh, Jeff.
I'm just gonna say what I think at all times.
What happened when you lost your mind?
I
Thank you,
isolated,
Jimmy.
and I'm in my house, and I'm 2 years sober now, but I was in 2020. I was just drinking blackout all day, and then I have guns at my house. I mean, it was not a good combination of things. So
Really?
when I say mental breakdown, like I went to rehab. Like I had like a breakdown, and
Okay. Again, I've said this so many times, but that slurping noise every time he breathes in has got to be the most unhinged thing I've ever witnessed a comedian do on a constant basis. That, I mean, there's who is that guy who had that really wild voice that was in the Police Academy movies, but not the one that was doing all the sound effects, but Bobcat. Bobcat. So, he was able to keep up. He was able to keep up. I can't even do that voice, but he was able to keep up that voice. Okay, he was able to maintain that and keep that up. I lost my radio voice after two broadcasts. Okay, I thought I had it too. I just again, you can't. Never listen back. Never listen back to your stuff. Ooh. So, hey, Jedi, you don't know what a mental breakdown is, okay? You got drunk and you don't think ahead, okay? So, but now you're replacing all of that with spending, okay? You want that dopamine hit. Don't we all? But Jeff, just because you don't drink anymore, excuse me, doesn't mean you're still not a, old addict. Okay? Because now you're addicted to spending. So you just transferred all that into something else. So you haven't learned from your past. Okay? You still think your girlfriend is wrong about all the things that she said about you. You just haven't drank yet. Okay? It's 2 years. So, are we going to have to keep an eye on you? Because aren't you always around alcohol and around bars? You want to mention how many guns you have and that alcohol got you there, and you're always around places that have alcohol. So I wouldn't say that Chef Dai is the sharpest tool in the old shed there, but definitely methodical. You don't get any of this in Jimmy Kennedy. Okay, he is with the flow. Just, he's a little bit, a little bit tired. You can see in his eyes, Jimmy Kennedy's a little bit tired, but,
for
sorry. So, he's a little bit tired, but he's still doing it because he's got to, he's got to make the money. Okay, so again, he's doing his hustle. And he is too, but I think everyone's just tired of the victim, the whole victim mentality. Okay, so just do comedy. Quit talking about your life so much. Okay, people that go up on stage and think that it's a therapy session is not. They're not very creative. Let's just say, okay, that's not being creative. That's just the old logical brain getting in the way. So, if you're just going to be one of them numerologists and have no sense of creativity, then keep doing what you're doing.
And if that means sometimes I'm wrong, then I'll just apologize when I'm wrong, but I'm always just going to say what I think.
Dude, so when you were in front of the Improv in 2017, you were like, hey, and you were taking pictures of everybody, and you were nice, and you were running to another set, and you had a crowd of people, and you were the guy from Last Comic Standing, and you won.
Yeah,
that's how they knew you. You were third. Okay, yeah. I knew that you were really high up.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, you know what I mean? This is very manipulative. Okay, he's leading and priming. He already primed Jamie Kennedy to kind of, stay on his good grace, and now he's, rattling off the old resume. That's what Jamie had to do the other time too. Now, yeah, maybe it's because it's the intro of the show, but I mean. Oh, Rogan doesn't even let you know when they're rolling. So, let alone give you a chance to speak about yourself. He'll have a astrophysicist on there, and then talking about the UFC. Okay, you don't care. You don't care. So, and old Jamie. He's still got a lot of fight in him. He's still got a lot of fight. He's just a little worn out. He's trying to figure out the numbers. Okay. Because, yeah, the whole dip in numbers. But here we are.
So crazy to hear that darkness.
For sure. Yeah.
Because that's not how you came across.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know enough about you, but I feel like you were drinking hard liquor.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Whiskey all day. Because beer just doesn't do it after.
Why? Because you're a man, Jeff Dye? Whiskey all day. You mean that stuff that makes you really sad and wallow in self-pity? Whiskey all day? Are you serious? That's some self-loathing sipping. Now, I like a little bit of whiskey whenever I'm in that mode or whatever. But or I did when I was doing that kind of stuff. Okay. Now I choose to not do that so much, and it has more to do with health. Okay, not that I'm gonna lose my mind and think about stuff. Okay, I just don't like the calories. Okay, why are you guys drinking calories? So they want to get all loose and goose. But there are far better things to drink that are not such a downer. Okay, if you are gonna have to drink something, but he's not drinking anymore, and good for him. But now you're all spending like crazy.
Like when your tolerance gets high, and I'm not trying to brag, like I could drink so much, but like after a while you drink like 20 beers and you're puking and people are like, you drunk? I'm like, no, I'm full. Like this shit doesn't work. Like I needed to crush like a bottle of like Jameson and then we would chase it with beers or White Claw or whatever.
So wow. So you
Jen noticing the angles.
I had a good time. I
You
loved it.
did have a good time.
Drinking
I
was the
was just
funnest
taking
thing
an old
Also
text
fun for
it
comics.
sent
Like,
late.
hey, you want to go to the bar? Just
Yes.
sit there and talk and giggle.
Oh man,
Me and Swartzen, some of my favorite memories are just sitting with a really funny comedian,
Yes.
drunk at a bar top. Something will come up on the TV, we'll giggle it. Like it's some of my favorite memories.
Listen, I used to go out on Friday night.
Steezy, welcome to the chat. Yeah, this is my way of staying in character. I gotta provide you guys with something, more than just somebody talking. Okay, there's plenty of people out there talking. I am, it's like a show. But we all know that you don't wear sunglasses outside. Okay, I enjoy sunglasses inside, never outside. Well, yeah, and who's his opener? Oh, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Chad Zumach. Oh man, good old Nick. But here we are. Again, I've got to figure out a way to so I can see the chat. Sorry guys, I'm only able to scroll over to the other screen occasionally and look at the chat. But I'll figure a way to get it on my screen here. But here he is, old Jamie, trying to figure him
The
out.
second show.
Yeah.
And as you get older, if you drink too much, it affects your Saturday show.
Oh, for sure.
And then when you do your Saturday show, if you do it 2 nights in a row, your Sunday show is like, I can't believe I'm doing a show.
I was doing it 7 nights a week. Yeah, multiple shows
What?
each night. But also, like the reason I say it was fun is
What? You're doing 7 days a week, multiple shows a day? Is there something else? Because your body's saying it's tired, okay? But your mind is telling you to go and do a bunch of stuff. So, you all right there? So he's basically just completely untethered. He doesn't have a dog any longer. Doesn't have a girlfriend. He just moved, so doesn't have a past community. Old Jeffy coming into his, well, I was about to say an elephant graveyard term. Coming into his new guy phase. Okay, moving to the new city. I wonder if he'll still be in Austin, because he was in LA. Was it LA, or I couldn't imagine him in New York. He's not a Boston comic, is he? But forgot where I was going with that. But we're with where he's from. Anyway, maybe you can help me out where I was.
because you make friends with strangers.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's a lot
Moving.
easier to, you can bond on that. Like, I would still love to be friends with strangers, but it's like that. Alcohol was a great, like, hey, good show, let me buy you a shot. I go, hell yeah, what's your name? And then now you're friends with these people, especially with, like, sex. Like, you can just meet chicks at bars after the show, and you drink together, and that's what ends up happening. So now that...
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Okay. And there we are. And this is why people don't like you, Jeff. Okay. Jamie just saw it right there. He's like, oh, okay. So you're like one of those like manipulators, a player, always picking someone up at the bar. Okay. So, oh, yes, you're there 7 days a week working, right? Working on your act. Okay. Oh, Jeff. So, Jamie there is like, oh, wait. Okay, I see you.
after the show, and you drink together, and that's what ends up happening.
Yeah. See? Exactly, Jamie. Thank you. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right, Jamie. He's a predator. Okay? Jimmy Kennedy, right now, knows exactly everything he needs to know about Jeff Dye. It doesn't matter what Jeff Dye says any longer to Jimmy Kennedy, to probably just about every single person out there, because of that look right there. You know it instantly. And that's why Jamie's the man. Okay? That's why there's no shade on Jamie. Okay? He doesn't have time to, work on himself because he's working so hard so that other people can be employed. And Jeff Dye is working 7 days a week, doing his act. So, if you want to be a bar guy, be a bar guy. Yeah, you're using stand-up comedy as a way of and Jamie just because he's a good old defender. So you can see Jeff Dye does not care about anybody else than himself. Okay, this guy. Okay, and not even in the cool artsy way, where he is working on some crazy project and he's just super focused on it. This is just he just wants dopamine hits. So you're not making anything, you're not producing anything, you're a consumer, and your act resonates that.
At bars after the show, and you drink together, and that's what ends up happening. So now that I don't have the alcohol part, I'm kind of like, hey, where's all my friends? What's going on around here? What's going on around here? But it is way more better, and the shows are much better. The writing's better. I'm clear-minded, and I still go out. My opener loves to sing karaoke, and he drinks a lot, and so I get to be in those environments. I watch him sing karaoke, and then if it gets a little weird, I just go home. Or if I think I'm gonna relapse, I'll go home.
I think a lot of people aren't drinking. I haven't drank in 7 years.
Really?
But I haven't. It wasn't like a thing. It was just honestly, it was. I looked at an episode of a show I did, and I looked fat.
Dude, vanity is a great reason to get clean.
Because I drink the good shit, something called Duvel, and I used to pound Duvels, Belgian beer. I loved them.
Next day.
No, fat, dude. I did an episode of Lucifer, and I played a stripper owner. I had 2 strippers with me, and I was like, that guy doesn't look like he would get these strippers. And I stopped, dude. And I was like, I'll do 1 month. And then it was like, there's enough comics I know that are older that are like, and then it goes into next month. And then, so
you just feel better.
I feel so much better, dude. I don't even really want to drink.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I was at a Christmas party, and there was a big bottle of Camus. And I said, ooh, I want a glass, but I wasn't going to do it. But there's a moment where a good wine.
Yeah, there's like, I think the only times it's like reared its head is like once I was in Australia. This is like a few weeks ago.
Once?
Comics were shitting on me. So I was like, I thought about just going, fuck it, I'm going to drink, and I didn't. Thank God.
Good for you.
But then also.
Again, every time I hear this guy's voice, every time his little munchkin moocher has a moment to open just as he slurps his way through a breath. I've got to hear about how he's a victim. Okay. Ooh, man. Old Jeff. Okay. I don't even like this side of myself. Okay. Now, I'll show my edge. Okay. So, old Jeff Dow, you don't know what edge is. Okay. You're just a, self-wallowing, consumer. So just, stiffen that upper lip and write some comedy. Okay, quit trying to be edgy. And Jen says, Jamie seems like a nice guy. Exactly, and you can just tell, and you maybe initially could. I mean, I don't know if I initially thought that Jeff Dye was a cool guy. I just, at one point, he was popping up on my Instagram feeds. Talking very middle of the road right wing comedy, not edgy at all by any standard. And maybe it's probably because of the audience that he was trying to pull. Okay, if he was there picking up women the whole time, I'm sure. I don't know. I guess he did have a couple women jokes or something, but I don't. Anyway, so Jeff Dye, you just pulled this right out of me. Okay, so Jamie doesn't do that for me. I got compassion for Jamie. Okay, even though he's just, he's still trying to figure it out. I mean, he's figured it out, but you gotta then figure out how to maintain, and then make sure that you take care of yourself. Okay, but so Jamie doesn't do that for it, but I've yet to hear Jeff say anything funny. I mean, Pauly Shore was at least funny at times, I guess. But 5 minutes in, and Jeff's not saying anything except for, like, it's just Jamie repeating back little talking points about Jeff Dye, and Jeff Dye talking about how he's a victim. Okay, I would say in any other, like, if there's any other comedian that was on here or anywhere else, they would, one, be probably controlling the show, like taking over the show. Okay, that you want to be talking and doing all that, having fun, being funny. Okay, Jeff hasn't done anything like that at all. He's bragging about his new truck, how he's powering through sobriety, 2 years. And he just, there was one time he almost did it, and it was last week. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be so close, but I guess, with only a 2-year timeline, the odds are pretty high. So, yeah, I would, and and Jeff, why was it that you're, thinking about, all those dark thoughts while you had a weapon in your hand? Because I don't know what I can even say on YouTube. I mean, I guess they just said it. But why was that? Because your girlfriend broke up with you, and so you're just so sad and just don't know what to do with your. Sorry, not Jamie, but here. Okay. So he will for sure be getting into fights very shortly if he hasn't already. He will for sure be getting into bar brawls this year if he hasn't already. We will see that in the news, or Joke World will not speak of it so that he maintains a healthy relationship with all the comics. You're weak, Joke World. You ain't got a spine. Just like Jeff Dye. Just right down the middle. Should be spewed out. Okay? You're either on one side or the other. So, here we are. The old bar brawler. I mean, he's ready for it too. He is ready. I heard you talking shit. Huh? You be talking shit? Oh yeah. Well, what do you guys say now? Huh? 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 Yeah. I'm edgy. Yeah, edgy.
But
We'll try to find a joke. Okay, we'll try to see if there's. Now, does a comic need to be on all the time? Yeah. If you're on the show, yes, you do. Maybe if you're just walking around and you're getting groceries, no. But you're on somebody's show. And Jamie's having to carry it by talking about you. That means there's no depth. So Jamie's trying to find something.
I mean, it wasn't like a thing. It was just honestly, it was. I looked at an episode of a show I did, and I looked fat.
Dude, vanity is a great reason to get clean.
Because I drink.
There it is. Oh my. There it is. It's what we've been saying this whole time. Just die. Oh, Jeff. Oh. What just happened there? There we are. Just bring that back here. Going in the slideshow. So, he's using his vanity to stay fit. Not so that he can be a supportive boyfriend or a husband and be on the planet for a long time so that his loved ones wouldn't be without. It is just so that he can pick up chicks, so that he can get his ex-girlfriend all jealous.
And the shows are much better. The writing's better. I'm clear-minded, and I still go out. My opener loves to sing karaoke, and he drinks.
Yeah. See, Jamie is now suspicious. He's like, wait a second, you're sober, but you're still going out. You're still doing all the days. You're trying to hook up with women. You ain't sober. Look at him. Jamie doesn't trust a single thing that Jeff is saying right now. Not one thing. He does not like Jeff Dye. And again, this is why we like Jamie. Jamie can see that. Now, Jamie is also professional, so he's going to keep the thing going. But I'd be hard pressed to see old Jeff Dye back in all Jamie's studio here anytime soon. This is a one and done for Jeff Dye, like all of his acts. Just not buying it. Well, it's nice to see that Jimmy Kennedy's got a bit of discretion. Okay, he can see when things just are not adding up. Okay, you don't put yourself in compromising positions like that when you're just a couple years sober and about to off yourself. So something else going on, and Jamie sees it. All right, well, that is our Jamie Kennedy segment. That's our Jamie Kennedy show there. Take a look at his show. This one is with old Jeff Dye. Is that the title? Comedy, criticism, and being a good guy while playing the villain with Jeff Dye. Playing the, see, again, he is the victim of the culture. Okay. So, old Jeff Dye. All right. What I got next year? It's nice to see Jamie occasionally here, and now we got Kyle Dunnigan's third trial that he's got, but I just realized that we haven't done Kurt Metzger, and I believe I titled this. See, this is why I can't title live streams, because you should title videos that you edit. But how is one to title a live stream? I have yet to So apologize if we didn't get to the derp. But we got some Stallone. Okay. He just dropped that a couple hours ago. Let's get this out of here. And now, I don't watch Jim Brewer. And I, I'm not. Okay. It's just not my thing. But I wanted you guys to see, like, what he's doing. And, or I wanted to see it, a bit of it, because I don't quite know what to think of it. But he's basically doing, monologue and then sitting down and talking about ideas and stuff. So I don't know. But let's I feel like we've given this episode a little bit more time to breathe. So probably been 6 hours since it's released. Sorry, Kerp. If I could, I would have it go a few days. Okay. But your stuff is hot right now. Now, I did kind of peek in on this show, and it was kind of a bit slow. It felt like, the early days of my live stream. But maybe I just caught it at an odd time. But I like to see Kurt with different people and see how he responds to these people more so than what they're saying when it comes to things that I might not be fully invested in. And so I think there might be some Sasquatch talk in here or something. I'm not sure, but this should be interesting. So please check out Kurt Metzger's new the Derp with Kerp 22. Big homie CC has arrived. We're just gonna dip in here real quick, just kind of take a look, see what's happening, get a sense of things. We won't be able to watch. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, and we're gonna transform it. Which oddly too, I'm not getting AI summaries anymore. Maybe it's because the files might be a little bit bigger because I got that 60 frames per second. But ever since I had AI summarize its own AI summary, excuse me, and it only does that for the first hour, or it was only doing that for the first hour for my live streams. Now it's not an option anymore. Maybe somehow I'm missing it, but I haven't been able to see an AI summary on my old live streams. So I think it hurt itself say how much I didn't like AI summaries. Oh, sorry, AI. Thank you, Jan. Yes. We're full megabots on this one. And I'd like to take a look at this thumbnail. I know it's a little blurry there, but great artwork, great colors. I immediately, get a sense of, the style of the show, and all that, and that's got to be old Mark, right? That's old Mark doing the thumbnails, and then I believe someone else had done the the Derp with Kerp song and animation is what I'm thinking. I could be wrong though, and but I'm pretty sure Mark's at least doing the thumbnails, and I've really enjoyed them, and I really enjoyed the Kermetzger fan page one. So he does really good thumbnails as well. We are about aesthetics here. We are about how people produce their shows and all that, and you can really find some really funny stuff too. And Kyle Dunnigan, he's one of those guys that just one look will make you laugh. Okay, not one time did I ever want to laugh at that smug face of Jeff Dye. Okay, not once. And you go and look at Kyle Dunnigan. Okay, there is never a smug face on him, and everyone is laughing. Okay, and even Jeff here, or Jamie here, used the moment that he realized, oh, you're just a player. Okay. And yeah, he ain't having that. So you ain't funny. You ain't even political. You ain't edgy. You're not creative. You're a consumer. So, but you're 6'5", and you're gonna do what you can to use it to your advantage. So go for it, but doesn't mean we gotta like it. And even though I'm only 4'3", I'm not anti-tall guy. Okay? But you really need to stop wearing 2-inch heels with your boots. Okay? Because you can't be walking around town 5'7". That's just ridiculous. Okay? Even said it's all about vanity. So he's a consumer, he's vain, passive aggressive, non-edgy, willing to do self-harm just to manipulate someone to stay in a relationship. No thanks. All right, we'll do a little Kurt and maybe some college. I've been really enjoying kind of taking a look at these guys here, and I got some other stuff too. Old Tim reacting to the ICE shooting in Minneapolis. A lot of craziness, a lot of people forgetting about the Somalians. Okay, don't be forgetting about the Somalians, folks. Okay, people get shot all the time, but there was $10 billion worth of fraud, and 90% of them were Somalians. Okay, so let's not forget about fraud. But comedians are struggling with online backlash. Another redacted. Okay, I always try to give them a chance. Yeah, bit tough. And were we able to get through this one? I think that's when my well, maybe, yeah, Maybe it was because of this crazy video that my screen kept getting frozen yesterday, because I think we were trying to watch that and it kept freezing. Or maybe that's Control Alt History with his new techniques. Oh, Mark Maron. He's just I was gonna see if I could maybe skip it. Yeah, here. Take a look at this real quick, and then we'll get to Metzger.
Tossing back the Buffalo Trace backstage in preparation for the show. And while we're on the topic,
I won't be able to get into this.
Mothership now, and of course.
Oh my gosh, I forget about his voice. I always forget about that voice there. Yeah, I won't be able to watch this. Oh, there. Okay. I just wanted to show you the his one shot right here. Is it here or there? Okay.
Louis happened with Hedberg. It never happened with Hedberg.
Yeah.
Hedberg and I were fine. Hedberg was his own.
Okay, so again, Mark Maron got a new set of glasses. He's trying out. Okay. Those are too thick, brother. Okay. You will have no peripheral. Now, if you trying to be like a racehorse and just only see that finish line, then that's kind of scary. Then what's going on with you? Why are you getting yourself tunnel vision? Okay. Too wide. Okay. Here's a. There's all my pair of them. Okay. Got the same ones. Okay. So look at. It's broken. Okay. And they're not as wide as yours. Okay. These are better. And it's like 15 years ago, Mark. Okay. So go back to Oliver Peoples, get yourself a refund, and get you a nice pair. Okay? Because you need to be seen out of your peripheral. You don't have a self-driving car yet. So that's Mark Maron, but that's not even it. He was. Let's see if I can find it. Oh boy. See, here it is again. It's like. He's testing out his glasses.
Reaction that over time I learned, were not really necessary or particularly appropriate and made, hurt people or represent things wrong. And this is part of evolving as a person.
You mean you don't want people to be made fun of, Mark? You think that's mean? You think it's mean to have someone poke fun and make fun of someone? Now, I'm not all political, okay? So he's gone full political. And he must be going through his directing phase right here. So he's in the middle of directing a passion project. And that's what they all wear. That means that you wear those and you're in LA. Everyone knows that because an actor doesn't wear glasses. An actor's got to look his youngest. Okay, but you were in Joker. Okay, so you did the acting thing. Now you want to do a little Segura. Get directing your own stuff. So you got to put on your directing glasses.
And becoming wiser.
So yeah, just a great podcast.
Here, I think this might. There he is. All right, let's listen to this guy as he's exposing himself to his female host.
Yeah, I think
A
it is.
WhatsApp message.
Today's the day. Pod's over. Let's get him.
We've been counting the
But
minutes.
like, what Rogan was saying, like,
So you're wearing a red velvet shirt.
there was nothing. I hadn't said my.
No, I'm not. Again, I'm not zooming in on the crotch. Okay, I don't. But that's a big old belly sticking out. Okay, so you're exposing your midriff to be hip with your turquoise rings, your Native American wristbands. What is it that you do that you need your body to be reminded of some kind of motion, some kind of energy field around your wrists? I mean, you got rings in all the wrong places. You got one on the pinky like you're a warlock. You got one on your pointer like you're a warlock. Okay? They have one on their pointer and then another one on their pinky. So you into all that black magic with your red velvet shirt? What's your new film that you're directing about? Let me guess. The Dark Arts? I just wanted to show Mark Maron in his shades or his frames and all the old belly. Oh, Mark Maron. He's not wanting people to make fun of each other. Now, yeah. If it's funny, it's funny. But there's something different between being funny and being hurtful. So but I hope Jeff Dye feels hurt from everything I said. Hope he feels it all. But oh yeah, John. Maybe the recording. Yeah, maybe these are he's testing them out. Like he's like trying out the new recording glasses. Yeah. Yeah, those could have been nice, but just a little too wide in the frame. But let's get back on track here. And again, we'll find people to kind of, because again, Kurt's been doing a lot of good stuff. and so he's kind of going on his run for a while, and it's not too. It's not like watching a political pundit, So he, it's not all political stuff, but here we are.
What do you call it? Symbology and all.
All right. Now I'm gonna. Sorry, I gotta fast forward the intro. Just in case. But it's a great intro.
Have on. So I'm just gonna bring him out right now. Because I finally. Well, welcome to the Derp with Kerp, and what a great derp I have today. Because
Hello.
I finally got Big Homie CC on, like I've been wanting to have on. So I'm just gonna bring him out right now. Big Homie CC, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you, Kurt.
Yeah, man. I watch a lot.
Okay, so I've never heard or seen this guy, and Kurt Metzger has a way of just knowing these mid-level tier shows, and anywhere between maybe 10 to 50K subs, and so this would be a new one for me. So I don't know anything about this guy, except for he looks DA, and Kurt always looks like a Fed, but he's not. And but you're looking like you're about to arrest Kurt Metzger. Like, it looks like he knows something about old Kurt here. Okay. He's like, I've seen your file, Kurt. Okay. So I always thought that Kurt Metzger brought people on to kind of, get information out of them or something. But he is actually trying to get information from Kurt. No, I'm sure he's a good guy, but never heard of him. And let's see who this guy is. Big Homie CC.
Yourself for a long time, and I try to, I don't know if you know this, but there's like a thing where people don't watch any shit outside their race. So I have to explain stuff I've known for years. Just because I was watching, lockdowns, I watch every single goddamn thing there was, and just like whenever we found out that it wasn't that big a mystery who killed Tupac, which I don't know if you know this, in the world of white people, it was like a big mystery for a long time.
Understood.
Yeah. So anyway, you're one of the only people that I saw that mentioned that Maureen Comey was the prosecutor on the Diddy case, and that's why I wasn't going to go nowhere. You, Whitney Webb, and then me. Yeah, Burmis might have said it too, but how come you knew that? I guess is my first question.
Well, first of all,
okay, so Kurt Metzger is trying to get information out of someone. Okay, so this is his look that he gives after he just set the hook, or set the hook, because the bait was already there. So he set the hook, and now he's getting that good old cognitive dissonant reaction from Big Homie. he wants to know how he knew. Let me get that back here. I guess I can't rewind unless it plays.
How come you knew that?
Okay.
Yeah, Burmis, why I wasn't going to go nowhere. You, Whitney Webb,
Understood.
and then me. Yeah, Burmis might have said it too, but how come you knew that? I guess is my first question.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me, and thank you for your patience as well. And I feel like due to my history working in the private sector for the last 16 years.
Oh, private sector. Okay.
When certain circumstances are at play, you can see when it's going to be a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, right.
And you can see when the guy is going down, really going down. And, all the circumstantial evidence showed that he was going to get a slap on the wrist because, remember, he was arrested with several defaced firearms, which is legal in the state of New York. He was also arrested with cocaine, ecstasy, and Tusi. He never received any charges for that. And let's go back to when, and we can take it back to when he got stopped boarding his private jet. He had the basketball player, which was a drug mule. He was never charged, and he just disappeared.
That white guy?
You see those type of things. Yeah, the white guy, he just disappeared. No charges, just disappeared.
Do you remember, dude?
Once you see stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, bro. Pardon me.
Well, do you remember his son? I don't know if it's King or whatever dumb name he gave him, but he gave on his birthday, he gave him 40 acres on the border, and I bet a mule. I bet that was a little joke, right? That's why he would give him 40 acres right on the border.
Absolutely. Things like that. They'll always leave cryptic, subtle hints to the true outcome and origin of problems, and that's definitely one of them.
Well, here, a terrible one that, I don't even believe this, but I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with it. On Jimmy Dore's show, we covered the Minnesota, Minneapolis. How I forget her name. She got shot by the masked ICE cop. By the way, you can't hit your gas. They're going to shoot you if you do it. But it is crazy. They don't have any qualified people on that squad. They're people with $50,000 signing bonuses who were working at Staples. So there ain't no security background or military.
See, and I love that. I love that Kurt, keeps up with that kind of stuff too, because it can be easy just to, go with one side or another. But he's, he sees what most people are saying. Just they're a bit underqualified. Okay, but don't be messing with federal agents. Okay, I don't know what you guys are doing, messing with. It's pretty wild stuff. So here's Kurt telling how it is.
Any of that shit. It's just jerk-offs they recruited who, by the way, do that shit. They try to get in front of a car so they can shoot you. That's why they do that kind of shit. But you know what street that was on?
What street is that? I know the lady's name was Renee Good. I know Renee Good died.
33rd
she was killed
Street.
by ICE agent.
33rd.
Yeah.
Oh, 33rd. Oh, man. And do you know that I guess they had just moved there? Like they're not even like I guess the couple, or maybe it was just the one who the wife. Excuse me, the wife had just moved from out of state or something, or well, maybe I'm just assuming that she meant out of state when I heard her say that they just moved there. So, interesting. Old 33rd Street.
Now, for all of us who follow numerology,
Numerologist.
I do numerology, and I have to follow it now.
He has to
33
because of
shit,
Jimmy
I
Dore.
mean,
Listen, man.
it's like clubbing me in the face every time I look. I watch on.
Okay, and there, yes, the 33 is everywhere. Okay, so even with the Gash Patel finding the Charlie Kirk's assassin 33 hours later, and what a lot of people haven't mentioned, and this is something I had seen in a news clip, but during the that sunken submarine, the submarine thing with the billionaires going in that canister, I guess it was before they knew that they were dead, because they were searching for them, right? For a while, or they were. Well, regardless, there was a point where there was that they said that they had 33, I guess 33 hours left of oxygen, or maybe it was 33 minutes. But they were using 33, and then, but it seemed like it was still like they hadn't died yet, or maybe they were talking about, maybe they were talking about it after the fact, and then saying that there was a point where, they were trapped and they only had 33 minutes of oxygen. So yes, and James Cameron was involved in that. So what you doing in a 33 scandal, James Cameron? Okay. So .33 is everywhere. But usually mob hits are done in threes. So that's a 3.
Come on, man. Like, there's nothing I've wanted to believe in less than fucking
For sure.
that.
For sure.
And but it looks like there's panic moves being made. Like they got to hastily sign at 33.
Definitely. And you got to think about it. The power of numerology is real, because when you go to Walmart, you see all the prices are $13.88,
right,
or $9.88. In numerology, those are the numbers of money, and 88 is the basis behind Huawei, the tech company whose cell phones that got banned in the United States of America for having Chinese backdoors.
Yeah, Huawei,
yeah,
right? I was
88.
in China, dude. I was doing a comedy tour in China before that. I think it was like 2015, but was before. Was a spy, whatever the fuck you said.
China,
yeah, and those were pretty good phones. That was actually when I got there. Yeah, when I got there, dude, those are known as being better than iPhone.
All right, so he had to go over there and blow his nose. So yeah, was Grip able to roll with that? You might have been grossed out by that. Might have been grossed out. Grip Metzger grosses out easily. He does not like dirty things. Okay. He's very grossed out by that. Let's take that back and see what happened there. Oh, I can go back without playing it.
Whatever the fuck you said.
China,
yeah, those were.
Okay, so he goes off to the side, as we do, because sometimes you just gotta blow the old nose. But he's not able to mute his mic because he's wearing a headphone thing, and he's about to.
Yeah, Huawei, right? I was in China, Dude, I was doing a comedy tour in China before that. I think it was like 2015, but was before Spy, whatever the fuck you
Tour
said.
in China. I'm here.
Yeah, and those were pretty good phones. That was actually when I got
Fighting
there.
the cold.
Yeah,
That looked as if he was about to sneeze, but then what was that? That looked like it was a sneeze, but then he blew his nose too. Wow. And he can't even look at it. He is so grossed out. Oh man. Yeah, you don't want to be talking about germs around Germans. Oh man. I shouldn't do this to you, but you just might have to go on the slideshow. It's not every day that you see something like this.
when I got there, dude, those are known as being better than iPhones and all that shit. The Huawei phones. That's why I don't understand the war with China shit, because they make all the shit like they make our shoes and viruses for us. Like, what? I don't understand why.
Well, here's another thing people have to also put into play. China will reach out to Americans to help them with certain technology just so they can get their hands on it, copy it, and steal it.
Right.
So, another, when it comes to China, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors with China, but like they claim to have 1.2 billion and
Population, or wait, what do
people
you
who
mean?
have defected. Yeah, 1.2 billion
What?
population. And we see people, in China.
They say they
And
have.
then we see people who defect from China.
Yeah.
Pardon me. You see people who defect from China. They say their population is less than 500 million.
Really?
So
I haven't heard
just
that
look
one.
what happened in Venezuela.
Yes, yeah, Jen, you're absolutely right. I wasn't going to mention it, but I've been wanting to mention it this whole episode. The audio is really bad, and they're kind of talking over themselves. And he also said that he apologized. He apologized at the beginning for. But he said thank you for being patient. So I'm thinking that he was probably running behind or trying to get the internet working or hang up his shirt so that there's at least something other than a geodesic or unfolded dihedron or whatever they're called. I mean, what kind of what shape is that? Okay, but yeah, bad connection, bad audio, and even with Kerp's mic, it sounds like maybe like the gate is too high. It's kind of cutting him off, and it's not picking up what he says at the beginning parts. So that means his gate is too high. I did that the other night. Well, probably last week now. I had a new whisper voice I was trying out, and realized that the microphone didn't pick up half of my dialogue. So, and it was a doozy. I had some old spicy takes in that one. But now I'm all Jeff Dye right down the middle of the road here. Well, CC gonna blow his nose again. So the audio's pretty rough on this. It's Actually, yeah. We'll play for a little bit, but we might have to skip this one a little bit, or skip this one and maybe go to Call It Done again.
See what happened in Venezuela.
Yeah.
You know, all of their tech was Chinese made, and we were able to bypass it very easily. So
yeah, there's some kind of demonstration. Mm-hmm. They did. We used
message got
direct energy.
sent.
You see that? The direct energy weapon shit we used on them. Oh wait, there's a delay here. Sorry.
For sure.
Okay, so then that's what it is. So, Kurt figured out there's a delay, and his microphone's really bad. I mean, it's not really picking anything up, and Kurt's having to lean in, trying to hear him, and they're talking over each other, and there's a delay. So, you are right. Yeah, they powered through it though. And they're talking about the old Sasquatch, I guess. Let's see what we got here.
Can you see this right here?
Yeah. What? So here. Let me make my screen.
All right. So right here.
That looked like Karnov to me from the arcade game. Remember Karnov?
CC, which is he had my Zoom.
Yeah, you took it back. You took it back with that one. So as you look at this image right here in the foreground, you see a dog.
Okay.
And this is from the legendary Todd Gatewood, who secured this footage.
Okay. You touch your hand, you touch your nose too many times for me. Sorry, we got past this one. Sorry, Kurt. Your other one was really good, and I'm gonna re-listen to it in its entirety. It was really good. You guys had a perfect back and forth. Great awareness of subject matter, and he was a 32nd degree Mason. And somebody in the chat knew about it and told them to ask it. So and that was right at the very end. And I initially was not really a fan of him doing those, or just anyone doing those chats at the end, because sometimes they'll send them in, and it's pertaining to what you're speaking about at that time, and so you kind of, you don't have the right context. Well, it's kind of growing on me the way that Kirk does it. He kind of does it at the end to kind of wrap things up, and then, does his plugs, allows everyone to kind of do their plugs, and it's kind of a cool way to sign off on the show, because you're saying hi to everybody that's watching, and then you kind of, he's laughing at what they're saying. So he changed my mind. So I think doing that, or him doing that at the end, because there's other people that just do it right through the show and not even break stride. So not me. When I go chat, I go full chat. See, I'm in the chat right now. It had some gold gold nugget moment. Yeah, on the last, or his last drop. Yeah, a lot of like, palm slapping, kind of like what, and had shocked old Kerp here a few times. So that was a really good one. All right, we'll go ahead and skip that one. Sorry, that one was a yeah, and I the whole Sasquatch thing is just a little too woodsy for me. Now that there's anything about the woods, woods are great, but just not into that kind of stuff. But it's out there, and that should be a good episode for that. So thank you, Kurt, for another one. Now, I've been really liking their dynamic. Well, that's not. I've been enjoying watching their dynamic, but I'm curious to see how it plays out, because it just might work. It just might work. But that will have everything to do with Kyle Dunnigan and yeah. So, but here he is with Home Stallone, episode 43. Now it's been a while since I've seen one of these. Sorry, Kyle. It's nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with Kurt not being there. Okay. Just focusing on other stuff. But I think he's doing this too to kind of get a sense of what he should do for this show, because I don't think she likes the Stallone. Okay, she's trying to gate Kyle Dunnigan's Stallone. She's trying to cut it off, the beginning parts and the end parts, and that's just what I think. So I'm thinking that he's probably trying to get a sense of how many Stallone fans there are. Now, I just like him doing this kind of stuff with all the characters. Yeah, I don't like the anime thing.
But this Kerp, he was also stolen by the Minority Report.
Oh boy, I jumped in a little too soon. Never jump in on a zoom in. You never know where you're gonna land. But how much Stallone can you have? Can there be? I mean, I guess there's 43 episodes of Stallone alone. I mean, I'm not sure if he mixes it up with the other characters, but let's see. And let's see how he is solo.
Welcome to At Home with Sly Stallone.
Or in this environment.
Sylvester Stallone. And that's it. All right. There's no Kerp. So I don't want to see in the comments. Who's Kerp? Kerp here. There's no Kerp. All right. Listen. He was stolen from us. You understand? By this man. His name is Jimmy Dore, and he is our enemy.
Yes.
All right? I don't want to hear no more business about no more Kerp. All right, we got to move on. All of our Kerps were stolen, actually. Remember this Kerp? He was also stolen by the Majority Report, which is a left-wing extreme podcast. This one's a right.
Okay. You don't see Jeff Dye in this parody of self-deprecation. Okay. Like, he's acknowledging the void, the elephant in the room. He's joking about it. He's transmuted his trauma into art. Okay. That's an artist. Jeff Dye is not an artist. So, doesn't mean Kyle doesn't have the same feelings. Okay, but he transforms it into a creative work instead of self-loathing, whiskey sipping, and yelling at the world.
Wing Extreme podcast. Conspiracy? I don't know. Why? Why don't we have Kerps? Is Stallone a big jerk to work with? This is our producer. Am I a jerk to work with?
No, you're great to work with.
Shut up. Here's the real reason. It's YouTube's fault.
Okay, so did Kurt Metzger just recently leave? I mean, I know for a while I was really advocating for Kurt to not be on the Jimmy Dore show because it seemed that Jimmy Dore wouldn't let Kurt talk at first, and this was a few years back, and I was in those comments, saying, hey, Kyle Dunnigan treats Kurt, way better than you. You might lose him, or something like that, and then it seemed, a few years ago. And then it seemed that, oh wait, did he leave a few years ago? Or no, you're just saying that was a few years ago. And then afterward, it seemed, fairly shortly after that, they even pulled him from, they basically then gave him his own spot in the studio. So it was that time period where he was like in studio. And I don't know if he's still doing in studio or if he's telecasting, but yeah, maybe he's doing still in studio, but it's just on the small screen still. But this was when they would just show him sitting at the table, like right next to the producer or something. But so he's talking like everyone's asking him, where's Kurt? Like he had just left, but maybe Jen, if you're saying that Kurt Metzger left a few years ago, maybe he's just getting hit with the comments because Kurt Metzger's on his generational run right now. But he's acknowledging that Kurt Metzger is not there.
Look at that. $44. 120,000 views. Thanks, YouTube. Yay.
That's true.
$44. Look at this one.
Oh my God.
This one's is $29. That's got to be 1,000 views, right? $29. 168,000.
Oh wait, so let's take that back. So 168,000 views, watch hours, Okay, so 1.5K, right? And that one video got him 135 subscribers. So that's just under what I have total. That this one video got him. And he made under $30 for, probably a couple hours. Like, I'm sure the video itself had been over 50 minutes. And not to mention all the time they put into it. So $30 for you.
And that's got to be 1,000 views, right? 168,000. Yay! All right. Listen, we're gonna move on. Doesn't matter how many curves they take. It's not about that. It's how many curves can be taken from you. And you keep on trying to find another curve. That's how it's done. All right, we got a great show for you. We're actually gonna interview a new curve to try to find one. We're gonna do my favorites. We're gonna do a Cobra talk. We're gonna do all that. We got a new hot lady here too, just to make you fellas feel good. Hey Annie. Hey Annie, can you hear me?
So, I personally am not an anime fan. I don't like any of this. And, yeah. This is another, this is what happens when you don't let a man be theatrical, okay? If you always question, why he's not hanging out with girls, and just don't let him, and you're not accepting him for being theatrical, he's then going to overcompensate and want to go to Hooters and do anime stuff because he thinks that that's what will just get you off of his case. Okay, so here he is showing anime.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey Andy,
Which I thought was in the other show too, I guess. So
Yeah, our enemy, Jimmy fucking Dore, that smug donut stuffed clown who stole our curb like it was his last chance.
Jimmy fucking Dore, that's right.
Deep state while sitting on our curb like a throne.
Yeah,
Probably crying.
that's right. Hey Andy, do that thing I'd like you to do. Jump up and down. Come on, for the guys. Come on, jump up and down.
see, for the guys, not.
Come on, do it.
Okay, Sil. For the guys, watch this. I bounce.
Yeah, you miss Kerp now? I didn't think so. All right, no one misses Kerp now. I gotta show you this real quick. We will get to this show, but
So there must have been people just because Kerp again is on his run. They're just like, "Where's Kerp? Yeah, well, I guess that's probably when the last time I saw Kyle Dunnigan actually. But now that I think about it, sorry, Kyle. It's not that you're not funny. You're funny.
show you guys Kerp on this show because I think you need to get in there and do a free #free Kerp for this guy. I think he's miserable and misses us. Look at this. Look at this for 2 seconds.
That's what I've been saying.
Hold on 1 second. There's a live show, you guys.
The other dimension that is actually like the way I try to describe it to people is that we're all just a part of a contract.
Okay, there you go. We got the whole YouTube algorithm friendly backdrop. Okay, you have to have that color in order for autistic children to tap it and say, ooh, that is a pattern that I recognize. So nothing can be out of place. Everything has got to be so familiar. Otherwise, their world goes amok. So we must appease the autistics because they all sorts of reasons. So they got Kurt no longer gets to be in his own place and just broadcast. He's got to be in studio now and have to hear the browbeating of Jimmy Dore in studio. And now I like his takes. I like Jimmy Dore's takes. But they both, Jimmy Dore and Kurt Metzger, love to get revved up when they talk, and then if you're not used to it, people start thinking that they're talking about you, or they're just like, why are you getting so revved up? So, or amped up. And so it can kind of wear on you after a while. It's not that, what he says and brings up isn't true. It is. It's just, that's why I can't stay on Jeff Dye too long, because I'll start sounding like Jimmy Dore. Okay, I'll start getting a little irritated. Okay. But old Kurt Metzger, sitting with his hand on his lap like a good old boy, taking his licking from his old pop here.
This, whatever it is, and there's no separation, and that consciousness. Let's say it's an ocean.
Look how miserable he is.
Well, the part that we see is a wave. The part of the consciousness ocean that we see is just a wave, and I can surf that wave. I can't.
Whoa, wait. Jimmy Dore getting all quantum on us? He's talking about all crest hopping here? You're gonna hop over some quantum crest waves?
It's an ocean.
Look how miserable he is.
Well, the part that we see is a wave. The part of the consciousness ocean that we see is just a wave, and I can surf that wave. I can't control the wave. I can't control the ocean. All I can do is try my best to surf that wave of consciousness.
Nice. All right. Well, Jimmy Dore's surfing consciousness. Well, wait until you can skip those waves, huh? You can do a little time traveling, and you can do some crest hopping. Hop over those crests. But all right, well, Jimmy Dore's kind of loosened up a little bit. But old Kyle Dunnigan just getting hit in the comments by all the Kurt Metzger fans.
I have to turn this off. This is making me sick. Anyway, feel free to go there and say #free Kurt. Sure, he's miserable. All right, I'm shot out of a cannon, everybody. I need to relax, and there's only one way I know how to relax, and I think you know what that is. That's right. It's time.
It's time for a yo.
Come on, everybody. We gotta shake off them curbs. Come on. Get them yos out there. Look at that. Fremont Smith 3821. Yo. But I want to see yos from around the world now. Get them yos coming in there. Catch what Jesus is. Yo.
Again, he's performing. He's funny. Creative. Spontaneous. This is live. Okay, this is. People were in his live stream saying, just like, yo, where's Kurt? And he just pulled it up and started doing all that. I can barely do my hotkeys in OBS, and he's orchestrating a whole comic symphony here, while Jeff Dye whines about being marginalized for a moment in history. Okay, it's a brief moment in history, Jeff, that there might be just some slight marginalization against white people. Okay, you can handle it. But yes, please don't hate people for, you know, the color of their skin when there's so much more you could hate them for. No, we don't hate. Okay, but Kyle Dunnigan here, putting on a show. He's entertaining, does voices. He's got the costume. He's in character. He's in that thread that I so wish I had. And this is just, one of his things that he does. And, the old guy can't make $30 off of what seems like a viral video. I mean, you're getting 100. Yeah, that's, so that means those 300ers, and only 60. So, Kurt, you gotta save your old boy Kyle here.
That's all you got to say. Yo, Blake, yo, 2-3 feet, yo, Frankenstein, that's Frankenstein, yo, come on. Where you from? Around the world. All right, let them scripties say, let's shake it off. Come on. Yo, did you make your breast touch and punch, yo, Joey, your little says, yo. All right. I love them yos.
Yeah.
Them yos fueling.
And he's reading chats. I mean, Jeff Dye ain't doing shit. Okay. God, what a whiny bitch. Okay.
All right, let's start this show off right. Let me see what I want to do here. I want to do one of my favorites. I think we're going to start with my favorite. And then what do you want?
Ready for your favorites?
What?
Oh, you forgot to do your diary entry.
I don't want to do. I decided not to do that. I didn't forget nothing. I forgot.
Excerpts from my diary.
All right, kids. You know.
Okay, I mean that's. Man. Not once did I laugh with Jeff. God.
This is, if you're new to the show, this is what Skalonga's diary that I kept my whole life, and it's a glimpse into the minds and the brains of the ones got out. This is from April 20th, 2009. Dear diary. Well, it happened. My oldest daughter, Sophia Rose, is officially a woman now, diary. That's right. She got her pyramid. On our family vacation, no less. You'd be proud of me, diary. I hid how disgusted I was, and you'd be proud of her, too. She didn't let her angry vagina stop her from going in the wave pool. And as the water from the Crimson Tide opens up in the wave pool, and the lifeguard blew his whistle, Sophia kept on body surfing. Because when a stud...
Oh, sorry. Oh. Actually, it's good.
They don't run. They get revenge. Yep. Wow.
All right, well, Kyle Dunnigan doing some solos here, and I mean this is okay. So it doesn't seem like it's all anime. Let's jump ahead here. Cobra Talk. Oh my god.
All right, now we're gonna do We're gonna meet a new potential Kerp, and then we're gonna play a game. Then I'll do a diary, do some yells, have a good time. All right. I have not met this person. Hello there. Are you interested
Yeah,
in
that
being a Kerp? What is your
that
name?
was
What do you do?
old Jimmy Dore.
Hello, my name is Club, and I do AI for business.
You do AI for business.
Totally cool. AI
What's
for
AI
business.
for business? What is that?
We take data and we use the data for AI for business. So very cool. Totally cool for Stallone show.
I get that you take the AI for business. What? Hold on a second. Where did you get this person?
She was the only person that submitted.
Remember to submit yourselves for the new Kerp because so far it's a pretty low bar here. All right. I probably shouldn't ask this, but I'm just curious. Could you give an example? What are you talking about? How does your business work?
For example, thank you for asking. For example, for Stallone show, let's say, we take audience data and we kind of look at
Kyle's like, oh my god. He is not having it. Oh, he's like, man, you are not funny. She went for it though. She went for it. So let's take a look at that. He's not happy. All right.
Thank you for asking. For example, for Stallone show, let's say, we take audience data and we kind of look at, let's say, location.
Got the Mark Maron
someone New York area.
iframes there.
Let's say in someone in New York area, we find where they are, and we find they like birds. If we find they like birds,
No one who watches the Stallone show is into birds. I'll tell you that right now.
you wouldn't know without the data for AI for business. That is what's all about.
I know that. I think I know my audience, and we are not a group of people who love birds. That I.
Okay, so now here that's exactly what I thought that this episode was going to be about too. Is trying to get a sense of his audience for his new show. Okay, and they are at odds of what should be done for this next one. And I guarantee you, all Stallone, I bet she was putting Stallone on the chopping block. But and here they are trying to act it out, trying to get some of that karmic retribution, so that they can live without shame. So,
tell you.
Let us ask audience, if you like bird, how about you put #bird in the chat?
You are fired. What is this?
That was her poster.
That is my flyer I gave you before show. I emailed you that for the show. That is my totally cool AI for business
Okay,
poster.
thank you. All right, thank you.
see, again, I know it would be tough on Kyle, but he just got to figure out a way just to do it on your own. Like all before all that, he was on his own riffing, and it was funny. And now, kind of doing these little segments, but he rolls with it. But this is a little bit deeper, though. They are really trying to figure out what to do on the show. excuse me. I I I hope you keep your AI or your anime stuff. That is nothing I'm interested in. But you do make me laugh, so I will you know watch for the funny parts here. So, but she ain't all that funny. But we'll see. Here we are.
Hey, don't put up her stuff. Oh wait, people put birds up. Do people like birds? Hashtag bird. Oh, I guess some people do like the birds.
Then we get you the bird merch.
All right, I guess people do like. Geez, a lot of people like birds.
People love the birds.
All right, thank you for submitting, and we'll see what the audience thinks. I have a feeling I know what they think, but yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. We do lots of AI for business.
Okay, they do AI for business. All right. Okay, well, we're off to the races.
Yeah.
People
I think
missing
that
the
was a
other
good
group
burp.
even more now. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the guess my line. It's a very popular game that people
Everyone
have
loves that.
enjoyed.
Okay. Well, again, Kyle Dunnigan. Kyle Dunnigan can make me laugh. So, Jeff Dye can't. And he blames everyone else. Oop. Wrong button there. See what we got with
No water near the hardware. That's a big rule in
Big rule
studios.
at the stew.
Guys, you're watching a test show and you're helping us out. Our audio's better now.
Yeah, people said it sounds a lot.
We have a new studio. We're doing Home Stallone on Tuesday,
On Tuesday.
not 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so that's what we just watched. $395,000 subscribers. You got 395,000 subscribers, and you got 6.6K views 5 days ago. And you got 460 likes with 6.6K. That seems fine, but these don't add up. Like that's like 30K numbers. Like 30K subscribers. Maybe yeah. Are those numbers padded there, Kyle? You buying subs? Or did that many people just drop off after Kurt Metzger?
do a Craig at the end of the month on the last Sunday of the month. There we go.
My message is clear. Eat real
RFK
food.
just came out with a new food pyramid. And
Or does it have to do with you? Let's see.
it's sort of like an upside down triangle.
Let's give her a
It has
chance. Let's give her a chance.
meat and vegetables and fruits like at the top, and then dairy and down to whole grains.
Oh, do you have a picture of that?
Yeah, I do have a picture, but my computer was like really hot. But yeah, so that's interesting. You know,
I actually want to turn that. I want to turn that into a rhombus. There it is. Wait a minute.
You see that, guys? So it's kind of like
the shape of a vagina, which makes you think of eating. What's wrong? What the hell's wrong with that? What's your problem with that?
Well, because you shouldn't have as much steak and chicken as you have broccoli and carrots. You should have way more carrots than chicken.
Oh, you shouldn't. Everything you need is in meat. Vitamin K, Q, B. All of the vitamins are in meat. How do you think? You think cavemen went out and ate carrots? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so yeah, Kyle just needs a, they call it a straight man to bounce it off of. He's the character, and then you need a straight man. So she's being the straight man, and being the sensible one in the scene, while Kyle Dunnigan is the odd thing in it. And yeah, it's just
There's no good evidence.
Kyle's funny.
But he's putting, salmon above bananas in this food pyramid.
I think that
you
is
should-
good. Salmon above bananas.
If you're keto, I think that's good, but I don't think you should have
Yeah,
more salmon a day than you have
the RFK.
Well, there's some people
Yeah,
who say that
still
banana
a little
sugar as a
little rough too. Yeah, like little.
But it's natural sugar.
It's the good kind.
It's good sugar. It's you can have as many. It's good sugar. It's not like crazy.
Like a little
other
underdeveloped or something.
Anyway, whatever.
What do you guys want to ask Bad Rudy?
I want to ask Bad Rudy what his favorite murder case is.
Oh, that's a great one. Hey, Bad Rudy, could we have your favorite murder? Tell us maybe the most interesting murder you know of.
Oh, shit. Easy. Black Dahlia, 1947. Elizabeth Short.
You know this one?
Some sadistic motherfucker cut her head off, drained her blood, washed her like a goddamn Barbie doll, then dumped her in a ditch in L.A. Split down the middle from cunt to mouth.
Oh, my God.
Theatrical. Like, the coroner said the cuts were so precise, they used surgical tools.
So they got the old AI cranked up to 11, and got it telling some edgy humor.
Thanks.
That one felt loud enough.
Was that loud enough?
Felt loud enough.
We'll try to make that louder next time. Yeah.
Some people they like.
Now I've gone into them quite a bit, and so I'm not going to put the old magnifying glass. I want to see how they kind of play out now, but she's a tough watch. Okay, just a little tough to.
My science news, not science, like animal news.
People
like this.
So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna try.
Y'all gotta start somewhere, So.
Ants. If ants are sick.
Oh, they can't hear the fart.
They couldn't hear that one?
What a shame.
What about the other stuff they can hear though? That's weird. That's coming through. That's coming through hot. No one could hear that? No one can hear that. All right, we'll look into that because that's important to hear. Okay. Couldn't hear it.
You were like, where's the fart? I don't know if they're talking about us.
That's the beauty of the show.
That's
you
the
never
beauty.
know
You don't know what's
if
going
the
on.
audience is messing with you.
or they're saying the truth. My God.
Perfect mouse. I don't know what to believe.
What?
She is psycho. What a psycho.
Perfect mouse. I don't know what to believe.
All right. I think they can hear
Okay.
that.
All right.
Kitty's,
You guys are
it's,
pulling our legs.
Kitty's cat when Kitty does
Okay.
her animal news.
Guys, ants send out a call to
Yes,
the other ants
this is good.
in an
Yeah.
altruistic way when they're dying or like when they're sick, so that none of the other ants get sick. They say, "Don't come near me, no," and then no one comes near them, so they don't get sick too.
I like that stuff right there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like just when they're dying, their process of death, they want to be alone. But you're saying if they're ill, they're like, I got a thing.
Yeah, like
The biggest load that we've seen.
Purple
Monkey.
Purple Monkey. I hope you heard our thank you in the beginning. We loved your voice note, and I hope you heard
very
our
sweit voice note. Thank you.
She can keep up.
of,
you know, like
one of our callers in, Jared, who asked us, you know, his brother is.
You want to play it, or did we? Already
Should I
do it?
play it?
Yeah.
No, we haven't played Jared.
Oh yeah, let's play. We could
play Jared.
Send in voicemails.
So here's the thing from Jared.
I think we should set up taking.
yeah.
Phone
Is that
call.
Is that Ariana Ariana Grande's is that before is that pre-witch or post-witch?
I just got.
She had her
videos.
Thought maybe that was about a different.
Do you want it? You don't want it?
her essay days or Hispanic.
Kyle and Kitty. I'm sure you guys figured this out already, but it is speakpipe.com/KDTV.
Yeah. Purple Monkey
Took me a
told us
while to
to.
find it.
I love
but yeah,
Jared's
it's a work in
laugh.
progress. How y'all doing? Kyle, I've been following you forever. I've been watching all your stuff. I used to get on all your old live streams and just threaten to kill myself if you didn't show Olive.
Where's
Olive?
Just normal shit. But advice-wise, I got two. One of them, my older brother, who was 43, came out of the closet when he was about 39 as gay, and found out the other day in talking to him that he hasn't been on a date since he was in high school. So if my math serves me correctly, that means he's never actually been out with a guy ever. How do I help him get out there and go actually? I mean, I don't even know how you know.
Should I play that part? I don't want it.
Oh, that's right. That's wow.
How-
39 hasn't dated. He wants to start dating. That's just difficult no matter what you're
That's
looking for.
tough.
But
Even without coming out.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier for him though to go to a gay bar and meet men. I feel like he's gonna do okay.
Yeah, you know, probably a tip is go with him to the gay bar. Maybe he needs a wingman.
Definitely get a wingman and use your brother. That's a great tip. Thank you, Kitty.
Because straight men actually have a lot of fun at the gay bar. I don't know if you know, like, because everyone wants to flip straight guys.
Yes.
You go to a gay bar and you have a drink, and if people talk to you, great. And if they don't, who cares? At least you had a good night out with your brother.
Okay, well, looks like they're getting some momentum. Trying all of the different segments. Bit garden variety-esque. Check this one out here.
They rolled it out at CES, Consumer Electronics Show, which, fun fact about me, this is the first time in years I haven't had to track CES and see what the goings on are, because I've always, as my other job, I was working at tech companies and I'd have to like see what's going on at CES.
I'm sorry, what's CES?
It's the Consumer Electronics Show.
Oh.
Which
products, and products.
Yeah, but new products. Products.
Yes, you have a foldable iPhone.
I don't have the face. I wish I could put his face
Oh.
on. I don't have. That's all right.
Anyway,
That's
it's
another
creaseless.
one of his products that's not his own product. He just steals ideas. Tim Cook.
Yeah. It doesn't he always do
They
that?
wait to see what works and then they do it. They haven't innovated. Steve Jobs died, what, 09? What have they done?
Oh, 9.
I may have made that up.
No, that feels right. It just
Oh,
struck
so long
me.
ago.
It struck me.
And like
Because-
that Apple Watch, I guess they did.
11.
11, okay. I killed him 2 years early.
Okay. Well, it's good to see that they're, got some movement going. That's all Kyle Dunnigan for you. Well, it seems like now that I got this thing working, I felt like yesterday I had more momentum than I did today. But I'm so happy that this thing is working like it is. But yeah. What was the other thing that it must have been the MK Ultra thing that we were diving into. Yeah, I gotta populate my whole subscription list here. Let's see. Now, I'm not a fan of Jim Brewer, but just to kind of take a look at his setup and what he's doing, because there's just something going on with Brewer. I don't know what it is, but not just not my cup of tea, I suppose, but
up to 15 years and beyond. I know that I've used a med kit that was 5 years old and it worked out when we went to Costa Rica.
Okay, so in no time at all, I mean, like, the sooner the better. You'll see me saying these ads. Okay, woo-wee, yeah. I'll be weaving them into my narration. People won't even know that I'm pitching them an ad. Okay. But he is rather just getting the ads right out of the way. And because he is not going to rely on just his 9,000 views. Okay. Well, Kyle Dunnigan told us that his 160K views got him $30. Okay, so that ain't paying the old bills for Brewer here. So.
And when we went to Tanzania. So ordering is as simple as your kid arrives, it's about a week. The kid, you see, if you kids, use the code. Kits available in the U.S. residents only. Be prepared with medical. You see.
Wow, long ad.
What's happening? Okay, I had to get something. So, yeah, this was full blown kit. So I'm trying to. Hey everyone, what's going on?
Okay, so there's people in there. So he's got to have a.
Okay, I had to get something. So, Yeah, this was full blown chaos. So I'm trying to. Hey everyone, what's going on? And thank you for all the concerned human beings. I did not know when I posted earlier. Oh yeah, about Facebook. Facebook. Can someone
Okay, he's got a stand cam.
tell me exactly what happened again? So I.
Now, you don't see too many people standing. Okay. Everyone sits. Everyone's got their angles. Everyone. Yeah. On the other hand, I'm hanging upside down. Okay. If I were upside right, I would be standing on the table. Okay. I'm this tall. So I'm just a little tiny tyke. But Kurt Metzger is going to try to not Kurt, sorry. Jim Brewer is going to do the multicam. Okay. He couldn't make it on a sitcom, so he's going to make his own multicam podcast stand-up special. And he's breaking the fourth wall, trying to speak to his crew and to us directly.
So I know. Yeah. What happened with the? Yeah.
So up until 4 months ago, you were getting monetized on Facebook.
Okay.
Then they gave us a notification saying that you weren't eligible for monetization because you didn't have.
Okay, so are these his children? Because either way, that's child labor. And we all know that only the schools can have the child labor. Okay, we no longer get to have free labor. So you got to give that to the government. So why are they not working for the schools? Okay. So unless they're, of age, I mean, sorry about that. Oh, a little crazy here. Hold on. My Zoom got out of control there for a second. Oh, and all. See, Chrome would never do this. Chrome would just play. So. You can do it. I even took a internet speed test and it said I had very fast connection. So, this is turned down quite a bit though. Sorry about that. I hope you guys could hear the audio. Oh, maybe that's why we thought that we couldn't hear Kurt Metzger's show, because this was turned down a little bit. Oh, come on.
Okay.
Yet they aren't actually monetizing. So it really doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
So you're gonna have a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old and another guy who is kind of like in charge of the teenagers tell you that, oh, you don't have that money anymore. Like you used to have money in a thing, but you don't anymore. And they're trying to see if you buy it. Okay, because It went directly into his pocket. And he said that if you say the lie, that he would give you both a bit of a cut of Jim Brewer's Facebook monetization. I didn't know Facebook monetized anything. What is he talking about? Okay. Are you on the marketplace? What are you monetizing on Facebook? Your pictures of your family?
So I met with your because.
Oh, yeah. What happened with the? Oh, yeah. What happened with the? Yeah.
So up until 4 months ago, you were getting monetized on Facebook.
Okay.
Then they gave us a notification saying that you weren't eligible for monetization because you didn't have certain information in your Meta account. So I met with your accountant, we got all the info in, they gave you the green check to get monetized.
Now,
but they never
when you
actually,
said they gave us the green check, what does that mean? What does that mean?
when you go into your Meta account, under monetization, it says that you are approved and good for monetization.
Okay.
Yet they aren't actually monetizing. So it really doesn't make any sense. I don't know if they're...
So who am I talking to, Zuckerberg? Where's my money? Where you get your balls on my 30 million views? No, my... Oh! Oh!
What's going on here?
Wow. I need to turn that back down. And here's Jim Brewer for you. Okay. Just loud, way too facial. Again, that is nuts. Okay. That's basically a vagina right there. Okay, and I don't get all crude and all, stuff like that. But that, what are you doing with the? Okay, so he insists on wearing sunglasses outside. Yeah, I told you, only wear sunglasses indoors in low light. Not while you're ordering a latte, but wearing low light. It's nice to wear sunglasses. But you wear them outside, they're gonna cook your eyes. Okay. So it's either that or he loves prying his eyes open to pop in those contacts, not realizing all the wear and tear you're putting on your all baggy old eyes. So you gotta know how to just put it in without stretching your eyes. Yes. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's start it again. So he's going to be loud. He's going to be all facial distortion.
Late night TV. They get 30 views and they get my 20 million. I'm giving you 40. How many views on Facebook? 30 million. 30 million in December views on Facebook, and they're not paying me a cent? Isn't Facebook, I love you. Don't you remember during the Met years, which weren't monetizing yet, and I was getting like 1 million. You know how frustrating that was? It wasn't frustrating. It was a great time in my life, but 2015, the first time I was on Facebook and I'm making videos and I was watching the Mets games, and after each game I do a recap. Everyone does it now, but 2015, I did every single game.
Oh yeah, yeah, Jim. You made up the recap. Okay, you invented recapping. Wow. No wonder you have children around you. Okay, because it's the only way that people are gonna believe your tall tales. Okay. So, you did not invent recapping.
And some of them started getting 1 million a night, and people get frustrated. And I loved it. I loved being in the Facebook community. But come on.
Yes,
man.
face crook.
Can I call you Zuck? Zuck. Talk to your people. I'm giving it 30 million just last month or 3 months.
Oh God. Seriously, what? Why? You know, every shot of him is, you know, this weird pleading and just, you know, like this anger too. But it's like resentment anger. It's nothing that he's actually acted out on. That's just him stewing, you know, just if I could, if only I just can't, you know. So, but you ain't doing shit, okay? So you can act all mean, all aggressive, all you want. You're just a little weakling. Okay. So you ain't tough. You gotta surround yourself around children so they believe your lies. I bet you drive your family crazy talking about all the things that you made up and that other people are doing now. I was the first one to. Yeah, I'm not a Facebook user either, and 30 million views doing. Oh, probably. Oh, okay. So his like little comedy clips or something with him acting like the chairman of the World Economic Forum. Yes, that sounds perfect. We will vaccinate them all. Okay. It's not funny.
Serious revenue. You know what? You know what my wife calling? As I told my wife today, I'm like, did you know Facebook hasn't been paying us for like 4 months?
Oh, here we go. See, driving his family crazy.
Call them up. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not. Oh, I would have never. Oh, you just call up. Excuse me, Facebook there? There is no. It's like computer. If anyone has information, who is the person at Facebook to call that's holding my money? Come on, man. Make this happen.
Okay, so here's Jim Brewer, American's comedian. Okay. Just another e-beggar. Okay, this is a man without an edge. Okay, a man with an edge. You don't gotta make faces like that. Okay. There's strength and stillness. And this young pup hasn't been able to keep still the whole time. He's been bouncing around, sitting, standing, looking at the camera, looking at the crew, looking to the left, looking to the right. That doesn't show strength or confidence. At least Kyle Dunnigan can hide it. Can hide the money factor better than you can. Or he at least says it in a comical way. Here's someone bringing up money and how and how it's just not fair. But I guarantee you, he's got that World Economic Forum voice, getting warmed up. Because it's all about the elites that are suppressing him. Now, I will say, there probably is a bit of a change in the old YouTube kind of deal. I've heard a lot of people mention that they ain't getting the views like they used to. But maybe that's just because there's been a lot of bots weeded out. So we don't need bots. But here we are, pleading for that sweet symbol. Need that old serpent climbing up that staff pole.
Hey, money. Come on, man. Make this happen. You, army, go get them. Find them. No violence. This is peace.
Hello,
Maybe
Gabriel from Kick.
like,
welcome to the chat.
Sorry, Jimbo. It's all holding here. I don't even want the interest. But I'm sure about 80. Let's see, if we're doing 30 million views last month, 50. Let's say it's 100 million views. That's some cash in the bank just sitting there. That's my cash. And anyone else that would have their cash sitting in a bank.
Oh, Jan, you might be right. Said you must need to pay his coke dealer. And there he is saying, yeah, and if I owed someone else some money, it would be in the bank, but I don't. So this is him telling his dealer and his bookie why he doesn't have the money. And he's saying, okay, children, what was it, that thing that you told me that I used to be monetized by Facebook, but I no longer am. Okay, so that has nothing to do with my poor spending habits. The reason why I don't have that money. Yeah, he's He's a gambler, a little degenerate gambler, gambling all his family's money away. See, I mean, I don't even have to try. It's I've never opened my mouth that wide before in my life. Why are these people insistent on gaping?
And anyone else that would have their cash sitting in a bank with that much money that can be getting a percentage on top of that. And yeah, that's how people go crazy. You know what I mean? Some people are arrested. You know, there's thieves out there stealing less money. Just show me, give me, not show me, give me what I'm earned for.
Wow. This is a gross guy. He is gross. Lines where they shouldn't be. Got the old 11s. Okay. A lot of anger. A lot of Instagram reels you're watching and squinting, trying to see through your sunglasses. And yeah, you might have a bit more energy than Jamie Kennedy, but you two are insufferable. And why? Because you're talking about your shit, okay? You're talking about how you're a victim, and you think that this is content, okay? You did not transmute it like Kyle Dunnigan did. You might be worse than Jeff Dye.
You Facebook and just
because he has this like pent up anger where Jeff Dye could actually just get into a brawl, but he doesn't look Jim Brewer doesn't look like he's ever gotten into a brawl, but he's definitely screamed at somebody for sure. But because he's an absolute weakling, it's probably him screaming at his spouse instead of a man, because he knows what would happen. So, and that's why he is below Jeff, because Jeff Dye will get into a bar brawl here in this coming year, and he doesn't have to overexpress himself like this. But this is a night of ruffians. Okay, these are ruffians.
give it back. Can we all just give it to me? It's not like I'm banned from Facebook. It's not like I got a notice that you will no longer be allowed to. I'm not saying that's what Facebook people sound like. I'm just saying I got no notices that said you're banned from Facebook. I don't get it.
Imagine doing this in front of those children. I mean, it's one thing to be in your studio and do a broadcast, okay? But you're trying out bits in front of children. And then when they chuckle, it makes you giggle.
It's not like I got a notice that you will no longer be allowed to. I'm not saying that's what Facebook people sound like. I'm just saying I got no notices that said you're banned from Facebook. I don't get it. So it's a little frustrating. Hey, listen, my credit cards are high. You know, my
Here it comes.
The holidays just came. I'm trying to book a trip to Ireland. I'm heading to Italy in the summer. I got some things going on. I want to go back to. I got some things.
Yeah, you got things going on, huh? How did you ever end up on TV?
To Italy in the summer. I got some things going on. I want to go back to. I got some things. I got another kid in college. I got bills to pay, just like you, Zucky. Just like you. You. I don't know. You married now. You got kids. You know what it's like. She wants a third house, a fourth, whatever it is that she's shaking you down for. Tell her to give her my money.
Okay. Well, these are stand-up comedians. So far, Kyle Dungan, yeah, he's putting in the effort. So the rest of them are just beggars and pleaders.
Dang! Come on, Facebook, step up. Step up. Come on.
I know for sure he doesn't got the watch hours like I got. Okay, people are just clicking right through his stuff. No, I do appreciate the hang and kind of going through all this and bats in the cave. Yeah. But this is like it's a bit unhinged. We'll wrap up here in
My forehead's sweating. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So all this started with my eye is okay. I got a lot of messages going, is your eye okay? You look crazy. And
yeah, your eyes do look crazy.
Apparently, I posted a video earlier. What was that video even about?
Probably about money.
It was about Facebook. All right. Yeah. So at the end of this, by the way, a lot of you have asked about. I know you do the wellness company start off, but I had Dr. McCullough on today. It was quick. Some of you asked, like, hey, what's the deal with the blood clots and how we deal with that? And, tell us more about ivermectin. I'm like, can we get Dr. McCullough on? And he was kind enough to come on, showed us the products and all that. And we'll get to that down the road, the ivermectin, all that jazz. Now,
can we?
There's a lot of interesting things going on I want to get into. One of them may be an issue during the show, may be entertaining. I went to go eat at a place here in Naples and
Okay, see, it's not funny to anybody else. Okay, so he's playing to his crowd of 3 in studio. Now, I play to a crowd of 3 in chat all day. I'll do that until the morning. But he's in studio with 3 people having inside humor about probably how he's absolutely insufferable in public.
And let's just say, all the way leading up to about 10 minutes ago, Jimmy has had a fountain effect. And I'll just, let's just say been creating smoothies. Not to be lowbrow, but I'm just being honest with you. So I've been running to the bathroom. So if that happens, can you kids entertain them for like 5-10 minutes?
There he goes, kids. So he just said it himself. He's got kids working for him. Imagine your children not respecting you. That's a look of reassurance. He wants to be reassured. And there's the old squint line. See, these are not crow's feet like smiling, okay? That is from squinting from your glasses. But he's going to say that there's something messed up with his eye. Well, quit sleeping on your side. Okay, you sleep on your side. You squint with your sunglasses outdoors. You pry open your eyes to get your contacts in. You looks like one time you had an earring on your left ear. So you're all sorts of has been.
Bro, I'm wrecked downstairs. Downstairs is bad. It was.
Dude, this guy is crazy, and not in the good sense. Okay, this is he's seriously considered some of the most heinous things that he would do to another human being. But he doesn't have the gall. So he's got to let it sit in him. And so he just fantasizes about it constantly. That it distorts his face because he has to one-up himself every time he thinks about it. So you ain't edgy. You're weak. And you're pathetic. And you're begging. All in front of your kids. I hope to God they're your kids. But guarantee you, they're not. Because your children don't respect you. Because you're pathetic. Okay? So. Oh, man. Keep playing the victim.
It was bad. And I want to get into that. So before we do, though, these guys all just came back from, where were you, St. Thomas? St. Thomas. And you went away as a group, like working together. And I heard you guys, it was like one of the greatest trips ever.
Oops, sorry.
And I heard something special happen because you all, well, some of you, Dan, you have a girl in your life? No. All right, so Dan, no, and Kyle, no, because Kyle can't date. He's only 11. And then, but you, yes. And the rest of them, and I heard the girls got along and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard?
Okay. Imagine talking to children this way.
It is. No, listen, no offense to any women listening, but when guys become friends, and guys, whether it's the work world or just hanging out, we just know how to navigate. If this guy's kind of a knucklehead, we know like how to navigate around the knuckleheadness. If this guy just talks too much, we know how to, it's whatever it is, we navigate. It's never an issue. And then once in a while, we're like, hey, let's bring the girls into this. And that's when the issue starts. There's always like, you know.
No. Oops.
Renee Nicole.
Sorry, I skipped it. No. He's the problem. Okay. I have to get off of, oof, man. I can't handle much of that Jim Brewer, but I just wanted to take a look at his setup, see how he's conducting himself on a show, and I'm disgusted, actually. He really grosses me out. And so that was Jim Brewer. Now we got a little bit of Tim Dillon. We'll wrap up with this, with some news. Well, let's see what Tim's got to say here.
Good. You know, again, this is a unfortunate, horrific situation. I don't think, listen, if you disagree with ICE, as many people do, blocking federal agents, and I'm not saying this woman was doing this, by the way, but I do.
Oh, sorry.
People that was trying to interfere with what they were doing. I do think, and that's just, she's on those groups, message groups and things like that. I do think that when you do stuff like that, federal agents are going to respond how federal agents respond. You cannot.
Okay, so he's getting, political here, but I'm taking a look at these numbers here. Okay, now here we've got. Now this is a Tim Dillon show clips. Okay, so this is a clip channel with only 280K. Now this has got 41,000 views, almost 42,000 views. Now granted, it is kind of a hot topic right now. And that's why I'm not really interested in watching much of it. being covered because it's being covered everywhere, and I'm trying to watch the things that, or discover the things that people are not talking about. But that it's considerably less than God Denigan, and quite a bit more. But again, excuse me, it is a hot topic, very charged.
Obstruct law enforcement, physically use violence, try to intimidate law enforcement. Now, the extent to which she was doing that obviously is what everybody's debating. I don't believe the cop was justified in shooting her 3 times in the face. By the way, I've always believed this, and this is something that I've caught heat for, but I've literally believed it since I'm a kid. I don't believe you should ever shoot someone in the face more than once. Seriously, I just think it's ridiculous. So that they did that, and these are not well-trained law enforcement people in ICE right now. We are taking people that did backyard wrestling. I mean, we are the people that are in ICE right now this is your cousin who was in backyard wrestling. This is tough. This is not the cream of the crop. You know the guys that kidnapped Maduro, like Delta Force, Navy SEALs? This is not them. This is not the Delta Force, Navy SEAL people. This is people that this is people on their 3rd grade report card the teacher wrote that has violent tendencies.
Okay. Now, Tim here, old Tim Dillon, I consider him one of the funny ones. You can go on a really good rant. Now, his rants are way better than Jim Brewer's. And but when you got now with him being one of the top comics, I'm assuming that he's got a bit of money. Okay, so the bigger the more money you got, the further away from the camera you are. So I'm real up and close. But that's the streamer, then into the production seat here in the old national broadcaster here. So there's a bit of distance between his producers, so he can kind of project, talk like this and all talking like this. And we saw it in a special that he did. He was talking very slower than me, believe it or not, talking slower than me, talking like he was a politician and making a point to say the words like this. Getting a little too used to those arenas. But Jim Brewer, right in your face. He was right in your face. Sitting up, sitting, standing, contorting his whole body, talking to children. So,
this is not
a little bit different here.
It just is what it is. I'm not saying you don't need law enforcement to deal with people. certainly people that have committed crimes. People that are in the country illegally, there has to be a process. There has to be some accountability. I understand that. And most sane people understand it. The thing about Minnesota where you go, no one's illegal on stolen land and stuff, this is also silly and ridiculous. All land is stolen. That doesn't mean you don't have laws in a country, dummy. These people are not like serious people. But the same people that are saying she deserved 3 shots to the face are also not serious. The country desperately needs serious people. They desperately need people that are serious people, that are not like completely off the chain. That's why I showed the video to a 6-year-old at the Cheesecake Factory to get some perspective. Show your children the video. Show your children the video. You have too much baggage. You are to one side or another. You've been too radicalized. Show it to your child. Go, hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Don't touch the dog like that. We don't touch the dog by the eye. We don't do that. You know that. You know we don't touch the dog by its eye. We don't touch its face. We pet him, okay? But we don't.
Okay. Surprisingly, Tim Dillon has a really good I mean, I wouldn't call this a bit, but like he has a really good recall or a really good way of using like parent speak. And I'm guessing it's because he's around other people who have children, and he's watching them interact and seeing how crazy it is. And so now, anytime he goes over to his family's house or to his friend's home who has kids, just know he's looking for material. So he surprisingly does a really good job as the like the New York family. And so this is recent as of I would say less than 6 months. He's been starting to do this. Maybe you guys have heard it before then, but he's been doing this, what parents do kind of thing. I think at one point he did address where he's getting this material from, but I can't remember if it was a relative or a friend.
His face, and we don't put our face near his face. Now, mommy wants to show you a video right now, okay? Now, it's because we want to get a fresh pair of eyes on this. Me and your father have been fighting about it for a half hour. We want to get a fresh pair of eyes. All right. Would you like to watch a video? Bluey. It's not Bluey. It's not Bluey, and I want you to look at me, and I want you to focus. Do you know what a civil war is? What? Well, we're on the verge of that. It's a war, okay, between people that live in our country. And it's happening because people, they're watching this video, and we don't know what happened. Now, before I show you this video, I just want to prepare you. All right. The woman who drove
Okay, yeah. So I gotta skip through the role play. No.
That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I'm not into
police crowd. They're not serious. But again, it's like, what are we doing? What are we, 15? Like, I don't have time to deal with these people. I can't. See them on threads all the time. These people, they want something they're not ready for. They're not ready for what they want. They want some civil war. They don't want this. I'm telling you. They think they do because everything's a tweet and a threat, whatever. This is not what you want. So we have those people. And then we have people that are cucking for law enforcement no matter what they do. And those people are celebrating this, and celebrating death is ghoulish. It was ghoulish with Kirk. It's ghoulish now. And I think that people have to like understand that if we're going to have a civil society, if anyone has any interest in having a civil, functioning society, you're going to have better trained people in those roles.
Okay. So that's his hot take. You gotta have trained people. Now, just like Jamie Kennedy, well, Tim Dillon here wants to be completely absorbed by his microphone. Okay, he wants his whole face covered, so no one can see the redness all over his face. All that ass kissing he does. So he covers his face all the time. And don't know what it is. But he, just like William Montgomery, they love sniffing the microphones. Okay? They sniff the microphones constantly. So they just keep it up real close to the nose and just let it sit there. And they just smell their breath. So, very strange behavior. Now, do we have a Patagonia outside? Or is that's a different brand. He's got a 3/4 zip. Now, we don't cover too much politics here. But wanted to get a comedic take on a hot topic, and old Tim Dillon here is kind of the middle road.
So that things like this don't happen. You're also going to have to do not glamorize attacking or blocking federal agents. If you glamorize this, if there is an idea that this is a historic mission that you're on and that you're going to take it to that level, there will be a consequence depending on what you do and the response to it. So when you glamorize that, as I have seen, she died for a good cause. She died, when you do things like this and you're egging people on to be violent towards law enforcement, federal agents, ICE, whatever, whether you hate them or not, whether you feel that they're justified or not, they're federal law enforcement. So if you're glamorizing people being violent, then you're going to get people killed.
Look, and people will weaponize it against.
Okay. Well, this is don't glam up being aggressive to federal agents. Well, we got a bit more here, but I think we'll wrap things up. Oh my gosh, sorry, Brewer, but we had just about enough of you. Okay, I think I don't want to see you on my screen ever again. Actually, you weird me out in all the wrong ways. Okay, there's just that's a man about to snap, and he snapped several times, but he's about to go publicly ballistic. But I'm going to remove you. so that I don't have to see that face anymore. I mean, I thought Jeff would have a bit more smug in his tug there, but who was the one that held that smug the other day? Who was that? But well, it's a little bit of a exploration. Again, just trying to find the funny out there. A lot of chaos happening in the world right now, and even the comedians are chiming in on it. And I'm just trying to find a little bit of humor in these dark times. This is the time to let that light shine. Okay, so do that by sharing your gift. Okay, the gift that you're given, that you've crafted and honed in. And Jim Brewer is just an e-bagger. But the old Derp with Curve, that probably just gotta kind of listen to that one on your own. That's an hour and a half. I mean, that's basically like a Friends and Family Rogan episode. But for hour 45 with bad audio, they must have figured out how to not talk over each other. But well, I appreciate it. So glad that my system is working. Didn't freeze on me today, so it looks like I, for the time being, took care of a little bit of the issue, and I'll be working on tightening up those intros and getting some music or something in there. But appreciate it, and until next time, thank you very much. And stay funny. That'll be my outro. And stay funny. Thank you very much, and